Hey everyone, this is Tappers here again, and welcome to what was supposed to be a 100 subscriber special video, but instead this is just going to be a regular update video. All the while you get to watch me, or actually get to watch a recording of a final boss battle for a little something that I did for fun during the summer. Basically, what you are watching is a 5-job Fiesta final boss fight with what I have, as you can see on screen right now. Basically, 5-job Fiesta is basically a fun little thing during the summer where it requires that you have Twitter. You get to when you sign up for it, you get 4 jobs. You get a wind job, a water job, a fire job, and an earth job. Basically, those are the elemental crystals that Final Fantasy is known for, and basically you have to have one of each job at all times when you can. And if you need to know what jobs I have right here, you have Mr. Guy, the Berserker, Lena, the Knight, Kara, the White Mage, and she also has Twin Cast because this isn't a natural challenge, but anyway. And then you also have Ferris, the Red Mage. So, most of the video you're going to be seeing them use Holy to take out the final boss, which is X-Death. I mean, yeah, it's spoilers, but basically, if you see kind of like him when you get to the game, you'll know, yeah, hey, he's a villain. They're not even trying to hide it. And he's also an asshole, so it kind of goes without saying. Oh, and he's a tree, kind of. I don't even know what the heck this abomination is, but that's besides the point. So, this is a rather lengthy video, so I'm going to try to cover as many topics as I can, and of course this is post-commentary. I mean, if this was live commentary, I would be a nervous wreck trying to fight him because, well, you'll see kind of how this battle goes eventually when you get to the next part of it, which is not that much longer, I don't think. But so I may as well talk about what's going on with my channel, and there's quite a few things going on that I should probably talk about. So the first thing that I should start off with is that I'm close to 100 subscribers. I mean, if I hit that, that's cool. Well, actually, I did hit 101, but I kind of dropped a few of late. But, it's what it is. I'm not making any money off of YouTube anyway, so it's like, I mean, if I get it, that's cool. If I don't, well, whatever. I'm at least glad there's some people that wanted to subscribe to my channel. I mean, I'm not really that interesting as far as commentary goes. I mean, it took, what, several years before I finally decided, I'll do some post-com stuff, maybe some live on occasion, question mark, and all that, but yeah. So, the one thing that I should probably start off first, not regarding, like, channel numbers or whatever, is, also, we get to watch X-Death pretty much shake up the universe to the endless abyss that he's known for, warping reality and everything, because I'm just gonna wait for it because he'll mention it soon along with the awesome final boss theme. Yeah, he's actually Neo X-Death, spoilers. He wants to erase all memory, all existence, all dimensions, because he too will disappear for all eternity, making the existence irrelevant because I guess he was bullied as a kid. So he turns into this weird, multi-fisted abomination of undead, demon, minotaur, dreams of emptiness, but whatever. Anyway, so the first thing I should probably talk about is the Mega Man Battle Network 2 co-commentary I've got going on with Cheez. Now, as you can probably tell, and I'm I'm not even going to deny this, the fact that it's been going incredibly slow. I mean, as far as my upload speed and all that crap, all that stuff. I'm very close to the point where I won't have any videos to upload for that for a while, because unfortunately our schedules just have not meshed together of late, so we haven't been able to get together and doing more commentary. So I'd say there's, at the time of this upload, I think I've uploaded video 14, I want to say. I think there's 2 or 3 more videos that I'll be able to upload as far as what I've already got made. I mean, I do have some more ready, and in-game I'm much further than what you see, but that's besides the point. Eventually we'll get that all sorted out. It just hasn't quite worked out for us of late, but yeah. And I may as well mention this now, I do fully intend to 100% Mega Man Battle Network 2. I hope. And so we killed the boss with Odin because... Nope, actually we didn't. So, actually what you just saw there was I used a magic lamp, and it, after the third, when I used it a third time, it summons Odin, and it actually kills one section of this 4-part boss. So I killed off the part that actually stoned Mr. Guy, and now I only have 3 more sections left of the boss, and they're all dangerous. And this is also a part where I ended up attacking probably the least threatening part, question mark, which is that top right corner, because I actually thought it was the part that would use this one move called El Magist, or Holy Cross, which you'll see in a bit, which are both jerk moves, as you'll eventually see. That El Magist can do a ton of damage, and it can also sap your HP. Holy Cross, you'll see, is really awful, but anyway, yeah, the laws of physics are broken, along with pretty much a lot of technical stuff that I do. Anyway, so the next thing you're probably wondering is, okay, if Mega Man Battle Network is going to be slow to a crawl, what else are you going to do? Well, I have a different plan in mind, because and no, it's not quite Mega Man X2 Boss Rush that I'm still working on, because that is more or less at a standstill. I technically have 2 more bosses to do with what I'm going with. Spoiler alert, I'm actually trying to do the X-Hunters, both fights. I only have 2 more to do, but both of them are pretty horrible for obvious reasons. And, I mean, I guess I can spoil it, but Violin version 2.0 is horrible, and Surgis kind of goes without saying with the Buster and no miss rule. I mean, I've done some work with trying to maneuver and all that stuff, but yeah, it sucks ass. I mean, I can't really say anything more than that. And so is this move, Grand Cross. It does a bunch of status ailments, like stop, zombie, and whatever else. So, yeah, it's kind of one of those parts of Neo Exodus body that I wish I had actually targeted early on instead of that top right, but what can you do? I made this fight a little more interesting and a little more intense. Oh, also Kara's got Doom status, so she'll be dying in like 18 seconds or something. And I'm pretty sure you can't dispel that, as far as I know. But yeah, that kind of goes without saying. So basically, since I haven't really worked on the Mega Man X2 boss rush, I guess there could have been also the possibility of doing the Mega Man X3 boss rush under the usual rules of no miss, no damage, no dash. The only problem with that is it's not particularly much different from the original no damage Buster only runs I did of X3 years ago, considering it was uncharged although with dash and without the no miss rule, so it's not exactly anything particularly different. But yeah, other stuff that I wish I kind of been working on, I might as well give an update about Mega Man 3. Now, technically, I am not doing the Doc Robot stages, because those are god-awful, and I'm not even gonna sugarcoat that, because I spent, I don't know, 10 minutes or so practicing Doc Quick and Doc Wood. Yeah, it's just not gonna happen, because the fact of the matter is, and I know this is kind of something I shouldn't harp on the game about because it's as old as it is, and the hardware it had where it would lag to hell and back, and that it would just pretty much cause, and also the hitbox issues and all that other stuff. Also, that sound there was me taking out another part, so I've got the two awful parts left. So yeah, anyway, about 11 minutes in, I should continue on and mention some of the really important things that are going on. Technically, I am sort of working on a Mega Man 3 no miss, no damage, buster only boss rush for Mega Man 3. Technically, someone asked if I would do it without the slide. That is not happening, because with the atrocious hitbox issues with a lot of the bosses and a lot of the attacks, it's just not going to happen. And it's especially not going to happen because the one thing I don't want to do is make exceptions for bosses, Sparkman in particular. And if anything, considering I said that I'm not going to do the Doc Robot stages, at least not anytime soon, and I guess the same will be for Wily stages because it just feels really awkward. Though I could end up going right to Mega Man 4 and doing the Fortress stages of that, but I'm not going to do that yet, which actually segues me into my next project plan, and also actually is kind of a major thing that's going to probably happen with this channel if everything goes right. I have an Elgato game recording device now. Basically, this means I can record HD60, or that's kind of what it is, Elgato HD60. So I can actually record stuff off of my Wii U. Basically, it means I don't have to resort to emulator for certain games. Pretty much for the Mega Man classic games from the NES and Super Nintendo. I still can't do anything about stuff that I have on my PS3, which is a real shame because I guess the Elgato I have can't exactly record off of that because of some HD something or other protection that it has involving it. So I think I need to have a different Elgato device in order to do that, which is a shame because I really want to do Mega Man X4, X5, Mega Man 8, and also 9 and 10 because I have Mega Man 9 and 10 from, or not from, it's still on my PS3, which hopefully doesn't crap out because it's still the bulky beast that it is. And I still love it, don't get me wrong. And even then, there's a lot of other projects that I do want to do with the Wii U and the the PS3 that I have. I've been buying a lot of virtual console games, so stuff that I would try to emulate, but I'm not going to because, well, I fear that it will kill my computer. And somehow when I've done some... Actually, I should pretty much not go that far. I should technically mention that the next project that I'm going to be working and uploading, and I've been trying to avoid this for the longest time because, well, spoiler, it's going to be Mega Man 6 no damage runs, at least of the Robot Masters. Now, the only thing that you've probably seen of me regarding Mega Man 6 is the three-way race that I did with Cheez and another friend of mine, 128 Up. Now, you may remember that I actually did win that race, somehow, don't even ask. the biggest issue, aside from watching almost my entire party dying, except for Ferris, who lived even though she has the HP equivalent of a paper towel, basically my issue with wanting to do Mega Man 8 has been the fact that I really have issues with the controls of that game. And one thing that really bothers me in a Mega Man game is that if you have controls that feel like they took a step backwards from games that had virtually the same looking controls. I don't even know if I'm making sense when I say that, but basically you have a slide and a charge shot in Mega Man 4 and 5, and you technically have the same in Mega Man 6. So the question is, what's the reason for controlling worse? I mean, technically I shouldn't be so negative on the game, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't know if I've come off as this in the past when the race commentary, if anybody was listening to that. I don't hate Mega Man 6. I still think it's fine, but there's some things that just frustrate the hell out of me, which kind of did happen with some recording of Mega Man 6 recently. Now, originally when I wanted to upload those, although I'd never even had the commentary ready for those, in fact I still haven't done any commentary on them, the main issue is just trying not to get overly upset with the fact that some really dumb things kind of happen in the game, but I'm probably just over exaggerating on that part, so in a way I'm being unfair about it, and there's things I like about Mega Man 6. I like some of the music, not all of it though. Centaur Man, I'm looking at you. I like the Robot Masters to an extent. It's really weird with Mega Man 6 and how they have Robot Masters that are like from different regions of the world. Now, it is a Mega Man game and technically it's fictional in that really they shouldn't be based on corners of the world, but then again, it sorta is what goes on with Mega Man 8, where you technically go around the globe and all that stuff, but actually the same could kind of be said about Mega Man Base, but who knows when I'll get to that game. And if I do that game, I'm not doing the GBA version, so that means I'm probably sticking to the emulator, because the Wii U only allows for the, the GBA version, and I really do not like the sound format in that game. And it also includes a screen crunch, which I don't know if that's actually an issue in that game, but I'm kind of going all over the place on that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, about Mega Man 6. So yeah, I may as well mention that my current progress in Mega Man 6 at this point of doing this this post-commentary update thing, I've beaten most of the Robot Masters, and most of them are the annoying ones. So I have the relatively good ones left, although one of them is going to be relatively difficult, sort of, because it kind of is, so that doesn't even really matter, honestly. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of time left in this video. I mean, it's only just here to fill in some time as far as what to expect, what's going to go on, maybe bring some interesting content, hopefully. I guess one other thing I should mention is that at some point I'm almost considering redoing the Mega Man X1 and possibly X2 stage perfect runs, or well, no damage buster runs or whatever, and I'm almost considering doing live commentary, or at least post commentary, to do those a better justice. But at the same time, I'm not sure if that's really necessary, because I've kind of done those games to death and all that stuff. Speaking of death, you get to watch half my team get obliterated by NeoXDeath's Meteo, and also see that I actually clutched this battle out but at the expense of 2 of my party members. But at this point, this is pretty much the end of the video. So, if you listened through this, thank you very much for listening to my rambling of 20 straight minutes or so. Otherwise, I'll put in a too long didn't read thing in the description, possibly. I don't really know. So, thank you for listening and watching. This has been Tapras, and I'll see you whenever I have something else. Thank you, and see ya.